Hi, I'm Claire.
And I'm Heather.
And we are
Masterpiece Astrology.
We're here with your forecast this week for Sunday, December 10th through Saturday, December 16th. As usual, there's a lot going on, and we're just going to get into the forecast and then talk to you about the trends coming ahead. So starting on Sunday, December 10th, I think I'm going to start with that day, Heather, because it's going to be a day where we wake up kind of feeling really insecure. A lot of innovative insights overnight because of a Venus-Moon trine. However, in the morning we have some hard squares with the Moon, Chiron, and Mercury, and then we have Moon and Saturn at night. So what that means, folks, is it's going to feel like an insecure day. What do you think?
Well, definitely a lot of activity, definitely an intense day.
Yeah.
A lot of mental activity, maybe some daydreaming. In the evening, I see kind of like this. Maybe a little bit more stability.
Yeah, I think Saturn will bring us, I think if you've kind of been able to get through the day and keep yourself on the high road, by nighttime I think you're right, that stability might be welcome.
Yeah, you might feel a little bit scattered.
I think so. And what about Monday?
Monday is kind of a day where there's not really any activity, like literally no activity. We call this, it's written in our book, no exact aspects. So basically what that means is that the moon in Libra is not contacting anything. None of the planets are contacting one another. So it's just going to kind of be I would consider this your get out of jail card free day,
It's a good way to put it.
You can just get done whatever you need to get done. And focus on whatever you want to focus on. So enjoy that day because Tuesday is totally different.
Yeah, Tuesday you're just going to wake up in a bad mood.
It's an avalanche.
It's a good way of putting it. Yeah, you're waking up with Pluto squaring the moon. That usually just means, again, we're feeling really insecure due to powerful emotions and powerful needs to control.
It's a big mental and emotional day. Just a lot of activity, maybe, one extreme to another. And it is the holiday season, so make sure you're taking your vitamins and eating healthy and being good to yourself. I've been taking baths at nighttime before I go to bed just to kind of ease the tension.
Yeah, same with me. Epsom salt this time of year. Self-nurturing is important because, again, like Tuesday, that energy, it is intense. It starts out kind of moody, a lot of intensity throughout the day, and then at night there's a dynamic opposition with the moon and Uranus. That's a lot to take in. So our nervous systems are a little bit stressed.
Aromatherapy is also
self-care.
Very nice. Lavender. Yeah.
Just whatever makes you feel good. Now's the time to really tap into that.
Couple little drops of lavender in the tub.
Little rose water.
What I like to do is, and when I take a shower, is put a couple of drops of eucalyptus in there and just feel the steam and smell the steam.
That smells very good, and the sense of smell goes through a part of our brain that really gets activated in a primitive way. So smell's
that's
a good way
to I would handle some of the activity that way.
All right, Wednesday. This is an interesting day, Wednesday, because I think Wednesday is, the moon goes into Scorpio at 6 in the morning, Mountain Standard Time. That's the first time the moon's going to kind of stir up Mars and Scorpio. Mars went into Scorpio just yesterday. So what I think you can find Wednesday is starting to feel intense moods. Emotional pressure builds until about 11:20 in the morning when the moon hits Mars. So we have our desires to achieve our will meeting up with the moon, which is about security and just how we feel safe in the world.
I agree with that. And also I think the morning will be very task-oriented and just getting your stuff done. You'll find that towards the afternoon you have a better focus on what's going on. But,
it does feel good at that morning to work and to get stuff done, but the risk is the emotional bit.
Yeah, the emotional bit, but in the afternoon you'll kind of be better able to focus all your energy in whatever you're doing. But it's a good day for getting stuff done.
Yeah, and then on Thursday when the moon hits Jupiter, again, moon's in Scorpio, and then Jupiter's in Scorpio as well as Mars. So Thursday morning, the moon and Jupiter. Yeah, so I think
it's going to be a really nice day.
Wednesday afternoon, when we start to recover from the Wednesday morning, we're building into that Thursday of good feelings in the morning.
And pretty much the rest of the week is very flowy and very good. And what I would like to say to that is that it could be overly optimistic.
Yes.
So again, like with the whole shopping thing and the holidays, the tendency is to overdo it. So just, enjoy yourself. But I always like to be a little bit cautious and make sure I take my vitamins. I'm a Virgo, so I have to take my vitamins.
And you've warned our audience about overspending. So in addition to the need to really nurture ourselves because of all the stress that's been going on, personally and collectively, also that what you just talked about, not just the self-care.
Make sure you're not emotional spending.
Yeah, really.
You can emotionally eat because there's lots of
it's
good
Christmas.
stuff to eat, so why not?
But the spending, you'll regret overspending.
Yeah, you don't want to overspend. You can overeat. Because that's what New Year's resolutions are all about.
Right, but it's hard. Yeah, the overspending.
Overspending you can't get back.
So Thursday, we start to feel really good feelings because Mercury and Venus come together in the sky Friday morning in Sagittarius. The moon also goes into Sagittarius on Friday morning. And Sagittarian energy feels good, it's optimistic, and I think Friday will be relationship focused because of Mercury, mind, Venus relationships.
Yep. They're going to just feel really nice. So it's a great time to go look at Christmas lights, and if your cousins are coming in from out of town, or just going to do some festive Christmas or holiday related events. It's a great time to do that. Go to Christmas parties.
Yeah.
Next weekend's going to look really, really nice.
And I think also, there is going to be an emotional focus Friday. The moon is still in Scorpio, so even as we're thinking about relationships, there is an emotional undercurrent which is very strong. And I think this is a time to really start having faith in our emotions and our feelings.
Because we're moving into this week, we're kind of moving. It's kind of like when you're coming up to a waterfall. The water gets like this, but it's kind of fun and it's kind of light. But then you hit that waterfall. So
until that last terrifying moment.
Next Sunday, which we'll talk about next week, we're moving into a new moon in Sagittarius, which is a big new moon.
It's going to be a week from today, so it doesn't technically fall into our forecast for this week, but since it does happen on December 17th, we really want to, and into the 18th, we kind of want to talk a little bit about that.
Preparation.
So we'd like to just spend the last part of this video talking about these really important trends that are happening next week. First of all, the new moon on Sunday and Monday, December 17th and 18th, and then Saturn moving into Capricorn on the 19th.
Yeah, and they're both very faith-based.
The new moon?
The new moon.
Yeah, it's about, because it's Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the principle of faith, philosophy, and right now, I think this new moon, we're really asked to plug into our optimism and our faith, the light that keeps our faith alive in the dark of winter.
And it also trines Uranus, and it conjuncts Venus and Mercury, which is retrograde now. So it's a lot of mental activity. And
mental activity around relationships, because remember, Venus and Mercury together right before the new moon. So there's a real emphasis now on having faith in relationship. And I think faith that we can radically change our beliefs about relationships.
With Uranus then.
Yes, because we've had maybe any patterns that hold us down.
Yeah.
This new moon is very powerful to be able to start visualizing and manifesting our intention to release from those patterns.
And it is optimistic. So definitely, if you're doing the work on yourself, it offers a lot reward.
I think, exactly. For those of you that do really take the high road, this promises to really open up doors of self-awareness.
An epiphany.
I think epiphanies. I think so. Yeah. Even as the world seems to be really struggling in a lot of ways around us, there's a lot of personal epiphanies available to us.
And that's important because we are the building blocks to our society. So the more enlightened we can become about ourselves and the people around us, the better off we'll be as a world.
Well, that's again what this new moon is about, that philosophy. And we have to dream big so we can access. Also, Sagittarius is the archer. It's the sign that rules, like athletes. So think about body felt wisdom, the wisdom of the body. Yes. What does your body tell you that is right for you? So I think this new moon allows us to really tap that kind of inner intuition about body felt wisdom.
And you may go, oh my God, I can do that for New Year's.
Right,
I
exactly.
can do this and that.
Faith.
Yeah.
And I think, so that's Sunday, a week from today. And we have talked about this idea of orbs, this idea of wanting to know what's coming up ahead because you start to feel the energy. So you will be feeling the energy of the new moon this week. And you're also going to start feeling the energy of Saturn moving into Capricorn. And I think, Heather, that's really an important thing to talk about before we close out.
Yeah, this is really the last week that we're going to be spending with Saturn in Sagittarius and having these epiphany moments. This is literally like, a waterfall. We're heading towards that waterfall. And it's a really important moment because we're going to have Saturn in Capricorn from December 19th, 2017 to December 17th, 2020. So that's and it's Saturn is ruled, or Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, so it's in its home sign.
It is.
So it's very comfortable there.
It is, and Capricorn is the sign about authority and structure, and it's very conventional. So I think what we can see with Saturn going into Capricorn is an increase in our questioning of authority figures, how we followed rules, obeyed orders, or given away our power.
And our current social structures, our current governmental structures, and figuring out, because Pluto is there, there's going to be just a big transition and transformation within, we'll see that over the next 2 years, within our government, within our communities.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Even in the workplace.
All form. Saturn is about form and structure. It's about our human form, our human body, our bones, our structure. It's also about frameworks for everything that humans create, like government. So there's going to be big changes.
And it actually slows down any kind of progression.
Right,
so
in that area.
Where Sagittarius is all about movement and creating a structure to your movement, this is actually where we have to stop with progression if things aren't working and learn a lesson, because Saturn is all about Saturn is the father of the zodiac. It's the grandfather. It's your boss. It's
paternal.
It's the big guy.
That father time.
Yeah, it's the big guy.
It really, with Saturn and Capricorn, one thing we'll know is that time is finite. I want to quote something as we close from Liz Green's book on Saturn. This is an excellent book, and she's one of the more famous astrologers. What she had to say about Saturn and Capricorn is Saturn is the instrument or opportunity through which the person comes to understand the nature of her free will. It's also about responsibility for our earth plane choices. Because Capricorn is earth, and this is the earth plane. So,
taking responsibility.
And I paraphrase.
It's all about responsibility.
Right. And that was a loose paraphrase of Liz Green. But those are some closing thoughts about Saturn and Capricorn, because we're going to be talking a lot in the next few weeks as Saturn starts to make aspects to all the planets about how we have to take back our responsibility, take back our accountability, and unfortunately that can be unwelcome at some times, and it means we often have to start with basic building blocks to build up a new structure to contain our evolving energy.
And this really applies to those folks who have planets in Capricorn.
Yep.
If you are a Libra, have Libra in your chart. Yep. Aries, Cancer. Also, if you're an earth sign like a Virgo or a Taurus, you're going to absolutely be affected by Saturn in Capricorn.
You will, and it's cardinal energy.
So it's about movement.
It's about initiating change.
It's about initiating, not necessarily movement, but definitely initiating.
So we're going to initiate some slow lessons in growth.
And we would like you to initiate a subscription.
Yeah,
hit the subscription, and then also hit the bell so you can get notifications for our next videos.
Yeah, there's no need to suffer with the Christmas pressure. Just tune into our channel and get some really good advice about how to cope with the energy. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.